Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and yes, we are back at it again with the DC Spin Master stuff. Today we are looking at Red Hood and his 3 surprise accessories inside. Unless you're not interested in that, but I'm going to be looking at that. So, here he is, Jason Todd, the first edition. As far as I know, this is the only 4-inch Red Hood that Spin Master has made. So it's interesting that they went with this design, the Outlaw design, as opposed to more of the jacket look, that he has with, like, under the Red Hood or 3 Jokers, that sort of thing. But yeah, so here he is, and there is all of the lineup that this figure is part of. I don't have any of those, but yeah. Then you get some more information, you got the 3 surprise accessories, and not really a whole lot else going on, so that's about it. And obviously, if I were to keep this guy in the package, that would be it. And yeah, but we're not doing that. We got to get this guy out of here, because Red Hood is actually one of my favorite Batman characters ever. And so when I found out that that Spin Master had a 4-inch Red Hood figure, I'm like, okay, I got to get that. So here he is, and he is a little bit older. I think this figure's from like 2021 or 2022, something like that. So yeah, he's a little bit older, but still definitely cool. Let me know, because I'm kind of curious, like, what do you think of this design for Red Hood? The newer Outlaw design, because I personally don't really care for it. I don't really like it all that much, but I think it's cool for what it is. It's just not my favorite look for Red Hood. But yeah, so let's get this guy out of here, and there we go. Yeah, in case you're wondering what is my favorite look for Red Hood, it is this one right here from Batman 3 Jokers. And as you can see, there's quite a big difference between a 7-inch McFarlane figure and a 4-inch Spin Master figure. Who would have guessed? And who also would have guessed that there's a big difference with Marvel Select figure. But for a comparison that does make sense, here he is with the Joker, my first Spin Master figure. Well, kind of. But I'll get into that later. So, yeah, that's a video for another time. But I think it's cool that Red Hood is actually a little bit taller than Joker. Like, that kind of makes sense. And then as far as how tall he actually is, let's find out together. So he is, let's say he is just over 4 inches. He's like just barely taller than 4 inches. And that makes him, let's say, he's just about 10.5 centimeters. So here he is. I think he looks really good. I do like the black plastic for like most of his body. And then you have like the red on there for his jacket, as well as his hood, as well as his mask. And I do think it's kind of interesting that he just has like black there and then his red eyes, because this is supposed to be like mostly his face, or supposed to be like a little bit of a mask, and then like most of his face is still there. So I think it's interesting that they went with that route to make it look like he's like really shadowed, and that kind of thing. To me, this figure looks kind of like Azrael. But yeah, this is supposed to be Jason, and I think it's cool for being Jason. He's got some stuff on here for weapons. Those can't actually hold weapons, but they look like they could. Got some straps on his arms, some straps on his wrists here, so that looks pretty cool. He got some musculature there. He's got a nice belt. It's kind of a tannish gray color. I think that's pretty cool. You got some cargo pants there with some big black boots. And yeah, that looks pretty cool. I like the straps on there. Makes it look like these boots are like super laced up. Like it takes a million years to put the boots on, but then you're never going to take them off if you're in combat, I think that's pretty cool. So then, as far as the articulation goes, his head does turn side to side. It can go up a little bit, and it can look down like a little bit, like hardly at all. It does have a little bit of attitude. And then for the arms, they can go out about that far. So I think that's pretty good. And then as far as rotation, you do get it. Your arms can rotate all the way around. You do get a single joint for the elbow that goes about that far. And then you do also get a rotation with that. There's nothing in the torso for the legs. They go out that far, so that's pretty good. And then they go forward really far and back just a little bit. So there we go. And then you do get a thigh swivel up here, as well as a single joint for the knee. And there is also a little bit of a rotation there at the side. So there we go. And that's it. So if you don't want to get spoiled with what the 3 surprise accessories are, then click away now, because that's what I'm about to do. So yeah, if you're just here for Red Hood, do you think that he's cool as he is? Well, there we go. So that's it. And as far as the accessories go, we will look at this afterward to see which version of Red Hood we got. I don't know if this figure came out at the same time when they were doing the variants, like, the variants of what figure you like, which version of the figure you got, depending upon what accessories you got. I don't know, or if there's just one of them. I don't know. Let's find out together. And let's open this first one. Let's open this first one here, and he has a crowbar. That's pretty cool. So I do know that this version of Red Hood, he does use a crowbar as a weapon. And this one's kind of transparent. It's like a transparent white or a transparent gray. I'm not entirely sure, but it's pretty cool. And yeah, he can obviously hold onto that. Whoops. He can obviously hold onto that in his hand. And there you go. So he can use that to bludgeon some people, like the man who first bludgeoned him. He can just go like that. So there we go. Then let's open the second one, because it was kind of already open. And he has, what is this? Okay. He has, this looks like a paintball gun. This looks like a paintball gun. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It's like this gray gun with some ha 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 ha, on there, and like a sort of a lime green color. So that's pretty cool. There's nothing on the other side. It's just a kind of dark gray plastic, but yeah. So yeah, I think this is supposed to be a gun, and like these are the handles. So my guess is that like these two things on the ends here are the handles, so maybe this is the magazine, and this is I don't know, the sight. I don't know. Let's try and figure this out here. So yeah, it looks like he can maybe hold on to it like that, or maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so maybe it's something like that. I don't know. I know he's kind of holding it sideways, but yeah, maybe it's something like that. I'm not entirely sure. And then as far as the third accessory goes, he has 2 swords. Not one, but 2 swords. So they lied. They lied to you. It says 3 surprise accessories. He came with 4. But yeah, he has 2 swords here, and these look pretty good. These look similar to the ones that Deathstroke came with the Deathstroke and Batman vehicle thing. So that's pretty cool. They're almost, yeah, they are. They are a transparent color, similar to the crowbar. In fact, it looks like they are the same color. So that's pretty cool. So he has 2 of these, and since he's holding onto these, I'm not going to give him the swords, but you get the idea. He can hold on to the swords. So then I suppose the final thing to do is look at this to see like what we got with Jason here. So let's open this up. And no, it looks like there's just one version of him. Okay. So there you go. And then I guess if you want to see what the other figures in the wave come with, well, there you go. That's what they got. So kind of interesting stuff, I think. So yeah, that's what we got. And that looks pretty cool. But I think that's the same. I think that might be the same art that I got with the other one, with this guy. But yeah, so there we go. I think this guy's cool. I think he's worth a pickup if you're a fan of Red Hood and the Spin Master line. So basically, if you're like me, if you're like me, where it's like, you like Red Hood and you like the DC Spin Master line, then I feel like this guy is a must-have. So yeah, I recommend him. But that's about all that I have for today's review. So that's all that I got. If you enjoyed it, you like Red Hood and that kind of thing, do be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think of this guy, or of the Spin Master line, or really whatever else you want to talk about. If you want me to do a review of this guy, I can do that too. So if you're interested in that, then do be sure to let me know. Do be sure to subscribe if you're interested in this kind of content, because I do have quite a few. I have reviewed quite a lot of the Spin Master figures. I do intend to continue to do that, but that's all I have for today. So other than that, I'm going to try to get this guy to hold on to his gun, but I do hope that you still enjoyed this video nonetheless, and I do hope that I'll see you all later. Goodbye.